Happy Daylight Savings Day. We're leaving at 1:45 now, which is the same as 1:45. We're headed west. Same thing applies, guys. That was a pretty big doe yesterday. If that was a doe or an antlerless buck, I'm going to go hang out right at the edge of the field today and just wait, because they're starting to poke their head out there way before sunset, like at least a half an hour before sunset. Okay, we're coming up on Shabana, and I'm using the wind generators to tell me the direction of the wind. I'm facing straight north, guys. They're looking right at me, which means the wind, they're coming out of the south. Kind of slow, like 10 miles an hour. Winds out of the south, winds out of the south. That's going to decide where I set up on the edge of that field, and I'll tell you when we get closer. It's not going to be where I thought I was going to go. I thought I was going to hide what would be on the southern edge of that field. But now that's not going to make any sense, because it's going to blow my scent right to them every single time. Instead, I'm going to have to try to hide in the corner. We'll see. Headed south along the northeastern corner, the eastern side of Shabana. Looking over there at my cornfield where that 6-point buck was hiding. Bedding, maybe. Still there. All this corn's getting nicely dried out, so they're going to come in and finish harvesting it this time, sometime this week. Here's this guy walking. Quite a number of hunters. No? 2 guys. Pick up in a car. I'm still going to try my other spot. Never been there before. It's been working out so well. Hopefully it's going to be quiet. Let's go see who's in the parking lot right now. Check this out. This is broad daylight. Do you see the doe just sitting there on the edge of the field? Let me zoom in. Now you see her. Right there. Not a big one. She's a yearling. Couldn't be 2 years. Just standing out there, hanging around. I gotta go get in the woods. If they're already walking out in the cornfields at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and now the sun's going down at 4:45. I hope I can still fool them. We'll see. This is for fun, but I just wanted to show you guys what this place looks like in the daylight. This is where you guys saw me light up no less than 11 sets of eyes right in all of that green grass. They were just bedded down, literally laying down, hanging out at 7 o'clock at night. This is way over on the east side of Shabana, waiting to go in. Like waiting until a half an hour after the hunters leave, and then they go in. Parking lot B, 1 Jeep. That's only 3 cars so far, a maximum of 6 hunters at most that are out here on a Sunday afternoon at the very beginning of the rut. Wow. I heard some of the guys I was talking to last night that actually grew up right on the edge of this property said that last year they took 25 bucks out of Shabana. 25. And starting right now, there's only 4 does at most, and 1 buck have been taken so far, and it's already the second week of, well, it's the end of the first week of November, so it's just starting the actual rut. Now, that's the field I want to be in. The wind is blowing this way. I thought I was going to be right by that little white sign you see over there, looking that way and shooting that way. But if the wind is blowing that way, that does not work out for me. I'm going to have to go in that corner, and then I should have a shot at both of them, but there's no place to hide. So that's my dilemma. And now we're coming up here, and there's 2 guys that are already parked here and they're not leaving, which means they're in parking lot C doing the same thing I'm doing, going up in there. All right, something weird happened. There are about 15 people that were in this morning for only 4 hours. One guy took a doe, fine. But one guy wrote down that he was in here for only 4 hours and he walked out with 3 deer, a male and 2 does, a buck and 2 does. One guy, one name, 3 deer. Most of us only get 2 tags. So I got to wonder what the hell that's all about. I'll be talking to the rangers tomorrow, asking them, how does that happen? One guy takes 3 shots in only 4 hours and walks away with 3 deers, a buck and a doe. Something doesn't add up. Let's get in the woods. Yeah, I'm on my stomach for the next 3 hours waiting for nightfall. And then I'm going to slowly creep out there and start watching, just laying on my side, hoping the doe doesn't come from behind me. That would suck. Let's just see what happens. I must be doing something right. I just scared Edgar, the guy that's been here for 30 years. He was just coming across here, trekking all the way over to wherever you can get in a tree climber. And he didn't see me at all. Yeah. He knows I've got a date with the bucks, with the whatever's coming out here at sunset. So he's graciously making a wide swath around. He was going to cut across and go right in over there. But he cut around just as a courtesy to me because he's cool. I wish him luck. Good guy. It's about 3:30, so hour of daylight left plus 15 minutes. Just waiting for the sun to get lower for the deer to come out. One of the biggest challenges of laying down on the ground on a nice day like this, 60 degrees out, is I probably fell asleep 4 times in the last hour, and then you risk snoring because it feels so nice out here. We're waiting to see if anything comes out over there. Right now I spooked a squirrel that came out. He came out, I wasn't moving, he went screwing around out there, and then I moved. Boy, was he startled. You can see all that eaten corn right here. Everything's been cleaning the corn, including the deer. So you know that this is a place to come. They're all meeting up now. The big question is where the doe is going to come in. I hope they don't come in from right here. That would suck. Okay, 1 hour till sunset. And I'm setting up on the inside here, watching over here, trying to be as steady as possible. What I've got working to my advantage is that sign you see. That post is vertical, and so is my bow. I'm trying to look like just another sign stuck inside the thorns. Down here, my leg does a pretty good job at disappearing right into that grass because of this camouflage blanket. So in the fading sun, you notice how everything starts to look dark, very silhouette-ish. I should just be another silhouette when they look this way. The wind is blowing right at them. But straight over there behind that pole is an outhouse. house filled with poop and urine. So I shouldn't smell any different. If they come out all the time, they're not going to be the least bit bothered by my smell, just because they're accustomed to it. Every once in a while, I just got to look out there and enjoy the sunset. That's straight east. Very pretty. Putting the phone down. Holy shit. This camouflage is working so well. I just had a hawk come flying in like this, really low, gliding, and then I realized he was headed right at my face. He thought he was about to catch something. I had to put my hand up, and then he missed me. But he was coming right at me, right at my eyeball, like he thought he was coming in for the kill. Talk about super camouflage. I've never had that happen before. He was coming in right at the height of those weeds, just flying right in. Whee! Holy buckets! I gotta watch out for that. I might get attacked again. Here's one tip that I'll tell you about. I'm sitting on a tripod chair, and I have both legs on that side and on that side, with the third leg facing backwards. You're probably wondering why I would do that. Here's why. When the third leg is behind you, then when you want to actually lean around the corner and see what's going on out there, you can tip forward in the chair almost 3 whole feet. See what's behind you, see what's out there, and then you can slowly push your way back again. That's the opposite to what you do up against a tree, but it's very useful on the edge of a field when you're around a corner. Watch. Try not to lift your legs up, just shift them inside your blanket. And then, here's 0. 1 foot, 2 foot, and back. Kind of handy. That might be the last thing I say before nightfall, because this is when the doe has got to be around here in the next half hour. Okay, one last thing. Worst case scenario, the doe or anything other deer comes right out over there instead and starts walking right at me on my horrible side to the right of me. What do I do? I got no damn idea at all. All I can tell you is I came from over there, and I was looking for tracks all along here, and the tracks don't start until down there. So I have every reason to believe they actually enter the cornfield over on that side. But if they come over there, no idea. I can't hardly get up at all. My bow hand is going to be in the middle of some thorns. It's going to suck. We'll see. It's darker than it looks, guys. 10 after 5. Not one deer showed up. I hear stuff in the woods, but it's like squirrels. Stuff like that. So it's time to wrap up. I still believe in this place, though, this location. So I'm going to come back here. Not a great day. Never saw a single deer except for when I was coming around the side of the property and it was a little one out in broad daylight. But whoever the guys were that took deer today, maybe they took them right up here. Spooked everything else. It's hard to say. Nobody else is coming in with deer. That green light you see out there is probably Edgar. So I was going to wait and see what he said. See what he found. That's it. Good location. I'm going to keep it up because eventually the bucks are going to start showing up here too, I think. As long as the does keep showing up. That's it. I just talked to Sergio and two other guys that came down from Wisconsin to hunt here because everybody really likes this chunk of land. They were all suspicious of that guy that shot 3 deer too. One of the guys I talked to said he recognized the name from last year, and the guy walked in one day and walked out with 4. I don't know how you do it. I'm not jealous. I'm suspicious because I just don't know how you do it. There's no combination that explains a male and 2 females gone like that, because it just doesn't make sense. And you're only there for 4 hours. Only for 4 hours. It's like you went shopping. Come on. Something else is amiss. There's 2 right there. Right in the ditch. Let's go see what else we got. Let's just see if there's a buck out there. Nah, look how skinny he is. Wandering around, all misty-eyed. 2, 3. Go on. Wait for a second, then they're going to turn and look. Creatures of habit. Their food supply is gone, but the habit of coming here isn't. All right.